Think about the last argument you had with them. You tried to explain your perspective, they twisted your words. You provided evidence, they moved the goalposts. You set a boundary, they made you feel guilty. By the end, you're drained. Here's what nobody tells you about manipulators. They're not trying to fool you, they're trying to exhaust you. And it works every single time. Until now. Let me show you exactly how this happens. Confused, questioning your own sanity. And they're fine. That's not an accident. That's the strategy. Every manipulator runs the same script. A 3-act play. Once you see the script, you can't unsee it. More importantly, you can break it. Let me show you how. Meet Sarah, an adult who dated someone for 2 years before she realized. Act 1 is about making you dependent. Not financially, not physically, emotionally dependent. When Sarah met him, he was perfect. Attentive, curious. He'd text her good morning every single day, remember her coffee order, ask about her childhood, her dreams, her fears. She felt like he got her. Here's what was really happening. He was collecting data. Every vulnerability she shared, he was filing it away. Every insecurity, cataloged. Act 1 isn't about connection. It's about building a map of your weak spots. Tactic 1, love bombing. Excessive attention, gifts, compliments. It feels like, finally, someone who values me. It's actually, let me make you addicted to my approval. Tactic 2, mirroring. They share your values, your interests, your humor. Care manipulation. It feels like we're soulmates. It's actually, let me become your ideal so you can't imagine life without me. Tactic 3, subtle isolation. Your friends don't really get you like I do. Let me become your only reference point for reality. How to spot Act 1 while it's happening? Ask yourself, is this pace normal? Real connection builds gradually. Manipulation builds urgently. They need you hooked before you think clearly. Act 2 is where the real damage happens. It's about keeping you off balance. Because a confused person is a controllable person. Around month 4, things started shifting. The guy who texted good morning now went silent for days. When Sarah asked if everything was okay, he'd say, "You're so needy, I need space." So she'd back off. Then he'd come back upset that she didn't care enough to check in. She was constantly guessing, am I too much? Not enough? The answer was always wrong. Here's the trap. He wasn't confused about what he wanted her confused about what she wanted. Because confusion creates compliance. If you don't know what's real, you can't trust yourself to leave. Tactic 1. Moving goalposts. You meet their need, they invent a new one. Example, I need more space. You give space. Why don't you fight for me? You can never win because winning isn't the point. Chasing is. Gaslighting. Not just, that didn't happen. More subtle. You're remembering it wrong. You're too emotional. You're overreacting. Over time, you stop trusting your own perception. Tactic 3. Intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes they're amazing. Sometimes they're cruel. You never know which version you're getting. It's the same psychology that makes slot machines addictive. How to break Act 2? Start documenting. Write down what they said, what they did. Patterns are invisible in the moment. On paper, they're undeniable. Act 3 is designed to make sure you never escape. By Act 3, you're exhausted. You've thought about leaving. Maybe you've even tried. But somehow you're still here. That's not weakness, that's design. Sarah tried to break up with him 3 times. First time, he cried. Said he'd change. Went to therapy for 2 weeks. She stayed. Second time, he got angry. After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me. She felt guilty. Stayed. Third time, he went silent. She panicked. Did I overreact? Maybe I'm the problem. And she reached out. He took her back reluctantly. Now she felt grateful he gave her another chance. See the pattern? Every exit attempt met with different tactic. Tears, anger, silence. But all 3 had the same goal. Make her responsible for his emotions. Because if you feel responsible for their pain, you'll never leave. Tactic 1. The Hoover. Named after the vacuum, they suck you back in. Love bombing 2.0. I can't live without you. You're the only one who understands me. It feels like maybe he really has changed. It's actually, I need my supply back. Tactic 2, the guilt trip. Look what you're doing to me. I'm falling apart. No one will love you like I do. It feels like abandoning someone who needs you. It's actually being held hostage by someone weaponizing vulnerability. Tactic 3, the smear campaign. If you leave, they control the narrative. She's crazy. She's the real manipulator. They're trying to isolate you from support so you come back. How to break Act 3. Understand this. Their reaction to your boundary is not your responsibility. Healthy people don't fall apart when you set boundaries. They adjust. Manipulators make you manage their emotions. The loop breaks when you stop auditioning for their approval. However, you've seen the script. Act 1, setup. Act 2, confusion. Act 3, loop. Now here's the key to dismantling all of it. The one thing every manipulator relies on, and the one thing they absolutely cannot fake. Your reaction. Not your love, not your loyalty, not your forgiveness, your emotional reaction. Because manipulation isn't about what they do, it's about what they make you feel. Guilt only works if you feel guilty. Gaslighting only works if you doubt yourself. The entire script collapses the moment you stop reacting. Manipulators are emotional vampires. They feed on your anxiety, your guilt, your confusion. When you stop providing it, they starve. And here's the beautiful part. They can't adapt. Because their entire playbook is built on triggering reactions. When you don't react, they have no script. They panic, they escalate, they reveal themselves. Remember Sarah, the fourth time she decided to leave, she did something different. She didn't explain, didn't defend, didn't negotiate. She just said, "This isn't working for me, I'm done." He tried the tears, she didn't comfort him. He tried the anger, she didn't defend herself. He tried the silence, she didn't chase very much. That's when she realized it was never about her. She was just a role in his play. And the moment she stopped performing, he found a new actor. If you're wondering whether someone in your life is running this script, here's a 48-hour test. It works. Simple, revealing. For the first 24 hours, do nothing. Don't confront, don't change your behavior, just observe. Notice, how often do you feel confused after talking to them? How often do you apologize for things that aren't your fault? How often are you walking on eggshells? For the next 24 hours, apply one technique. Stop explaining yourself. When they ask you to justify a boundary, say, "I'm not available for that." When they twist your words, "That's not what I said." When they demand an immediate answer, "I'll get back to you." Don't elaborate. Here's what will happen. Healthy people will be confused, maybe frustrated, but they'll respect it. Manipulators will escalate. Guilt. "I can't believe you're treating me this way." The more they escalate, the more you have your answer. Because healthy people don't fall apart when you set a boundary. Manipulators do. One last thing, if your physical safety is at risk, please reach out to a domestic violence hotline or a professional first. When you stop playing your role in their script, they will try to pull you back in. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong, that's proof you're doing something right. You're not crazy, you're not alone, and you're not stuck in their play anymore. So you know